Hello, I'm Jeff Patterson. This is Daniel Tran. Today we're going to look at some techniques from the Lameco Eskrima from Guro Edgar Saletti. These are some of the basic hand placements from the forehand angle. We're going to talk about some different ways to train those, how to put them together, talk about looking at some ideas for using the disarm techniques as well. So we're going to begin with just the basic placements. And so we'll start where he feeds me the number one strike. And on the number one angle, when I block here, I want to make sure that the tip is covering my head, but not up here like covering my head, because then I'm leaving all this open down here. I want to cover as much of the body with that vertical block as possible. So when I'm in here this way, my number one hand placement is going to come right up here to the grip, grabbing the thumb with the meat of the thumb right here. So again, when he feeds, block, grab, block, grab. Let's show a different angle. So he feeds, block, grab, block, grab. Now, when you're training this, it's important to make sure that that grip is very firm. Let's back up that way a little bit, please. So when you go for the grip, if you're going to get a disarm and your grip is weak, he feeds me, and I go and I don't have the right grip on the thumb, it's easy for him to rip that out and do something. But if I've got a good solid grip on that thumb, it's going to make it a lot easier to come out and follow through with a disarm or do something with that. So what I like to do is we'll train this number one grip where he'll feed me and I'll just block and work for that nice firm grip. I'll feed him, he's got it. And we'll just work on being very precise and getting that exact hand placement on every grip. So you can play that by itself, and we can do that with all of these. But I'm just going to show you the rest of them, and you can kind of do a little bit of that on your own for the isolation. So the number two hand placement is basically the same grip, but I'm going to do it off the bounce. So I come here and then I catch the hand. 1, 2, and let's do the other side there again, please. So 1, 2, good. Number three hand placement is now I'm going to come over my forearm to the back side of his hand. I'm still gripping the meat of the thumb, but I'm grabbing around the stick here. Again, so 1, 2, and let's switch here. The number four hand placement on the outside of the stick. So notice it's the exact same grip as number three, but this one I'm reaching around the outside. On number three, I reached on the inside. Number five, again over my hand on the inside of my stick and underneath to his forearm on this side. So again, number five here, and let's show that one from the other angle as well. So here. Number six, again, is just like number five, but instead of coming on this side of my stick, I come to the outside of my stick, and I'm doing the same grip as I did on number five. So from here, 1, 2. Number seven, we do two variations on the number seven angle. The first variation, I'm going to re-grab my stick towards the end, and then grab the meat of his thumb with the backhand here. Again, so 1, 2, 3. The second variation of this one is I'm going to re-grab here and follow up. Now, another way we play this to just kind of get the memorization and work the placement is we can have him feed the one, and he's just going to leave his stick here, and I'm going to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 7, and then he'd run through. Yeah, it's just a great way to get some good repetitions. You're running through that. Now, it's again, remember to work on the isolation, because if you want to get effective with these, it's important. The other thing I like to do is we might pick, like, to get it going with the flow a little bit and play it out of the flow, is we might do, like, maybe we go a 1-4-1, and then on the 1 I come in with that hand placement. So I'll feed you 4-1. He feeds me 1-4-1. And so that way you're just kind of playing that out of the rhythm a little bit. Then all of those hand placements have disarms, which we're going to go into in a little more detail in another video. But since we're kind of focusing on this one, want to give you a few ideas of some disarms you can do off of that number 1 angle. So the first disarm we're going to look at is when he feeds me, I'm grabbing that number 1 hand position. I'm going to hit to the midsection, waslick, move that front leg, and then this one I'm going to come up with my form as I strip, and then follow up with Ikis, or whatever you like at that point. So again, 1, 2, waslick, and follow up. One more time on this one. Here. The second position off of number 1, I'm doing the same thing here, but as I bring the stick through, this one I'm going to come in with a thrust and follow. Again, 1, 2, 3, thrust, follow. So as you can see, it's the same hand placement, just a different follow, different disarm on each one. Next disarm we're going to do off that number 1. When I come through here, I'm going to waslick, and as I step back in, I'm going to strip it off my leg and then follow. Again. And one more time with that one. 1, 2, 3, waslick, follow. We're going to do one other one. Now on this one, I'm going to waslick before I strike, so I'm not going to go to the by 1. I move it through. Now my strike to the midsection is also the strip. Again, he feeds. So 1, 2, waslick, strip, and follow. One more time. All right, so that is the 7 hand placements off of the basic curriculum. Talking about a few different ways you can train it. Stay tuned for future videos. We'll go over some disarms off of all 7 of those hand placements. Hopefully that gives you some good ideas of some new stuff to play. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching.